Hey there, Sunny here. So I thought it would be interesting to do a little bit of a replay, a series of replays of some of the interesting duels I had for this month in October 2022 in Master Duel. So let's just begin with the first duel. This duel is in ranked, and this was when I was climbing with spirals and just starting to figure out what spiral deck to use with quick fix being at 2 copies. As you can see, I have barrier statue in my hand, which means I'm playing the Simorgh variant of spirals, where you would summon Simorgh at the end, and during the end phase we get barrier statue out to prevent the special summons of anything except for wind monsters. But this duel is not gonna be using Simorgh. As you can see from the opening, the player has used Pot of Prosperity, but they have only banished 3 cards, so I was expecting that he might want to bait me or anything, so I did not ash that. So now I see he's playing Fallen of Despia and Branded Despia, because he's opening with Frightful Patchwork, so I ashed that instead. And it was a good thing I did that, because after that, he doesn't have any response to this, so he isn't gonna get anything out, and he's gonna set 2 and pass. Now it's my turn, and my draws aren't the best either. I'm using Foolish Burial to send Jet Syncon into the graveyard, and I'm gonna discard the Mission Rescue and Barrier Statue. So what you're about to see is just Barrier Statue beatdown, I guess. This is one of the more amusing goals. He couldn't do anything, he's just gonna pass. So all I need is just more bigger monsters, normal summonable monsters. I tried the machine duplication here, but he ashed me. That's fine. I'm just gonna whittle his life points down, and there's nothing much he could do about it for the time being. He didn't draw the out this turn, and now it's my turn, and I drew Quick Fix. So I used Quick Fix to get just any monster, and I used Spiral Jones Quick Effect, which not many people are aware, but it's pretty nifty, because this effect allows me to tribute this drone, and my Spiral monster gains 500 attack for each card your opponent controls. They have 3, so Quick Fix is gonna reach 2000 attack, which is definitely higher than the attacking power of 1 drone and 1 Quick Fix. And thanks to the Mission Rescue I dumped in the graveyard, I could bring my drone out and repeat the process, and this would give me enough ammunition to go for game. But the opponent surrendered right here, so we are done with this game, and we're gonna move on to the next one. So now this next duel is in the Link event, which well, I don't really enjoy this event despite me playing Spiral. So you can see the opponent is playing Marincess, and he's going to Sea Angel, and going to Sea Angel means he's going to search for the spell card, and I am immediately just gonna imperm that, because I think the combo is gonna be more dangerous if I do not negate the effect. So that's what happens, and he doesn't have anything he could do after his effect was negated, so he sets 1 and pass. So it's my turn, and I drew 2 drones, so I'm going to use 1 for 1 to discard 1 drone, and he ashed me. So I felt that I need to call by the ash, and since I do not have an ash myself, that's fine. Brought in Quick Fix, and he veiled my Quick Fix. Fine by me, because I already have a drone in hand. I could still go into Double Helix. So now change the order, go into Double Helix, and just when I'm about to call for the card, he has his Imperm. Now I decided to do an interesting play. I actually thought of using Red Reboot, but there is a problem with me doing this because not only is his Imperm being set back, he brought his another Imperm, and his deck is shuffled, so my call was wrong. And what do you know? A third Imperm. So I'm I guess I'm playing against 4 Imperms right now. So he drew his Imperm. Can't do any combos, just set one and pass. So now there are 3 set Imperms. I drew Forbidden Droplet, doesn't help. He's just trying to negate whatever he can. I just swing for 1900. One in case he draws a Marincess. Another set, nothing, I guess. So I use Quick Fix effect to discard the Mission Rescue. Quick First Search, negated. Fine. Then Mission Rescue to bring drones. Drones effect triggers, he did not negate that, but then he just surrendered. I guess he felt it was not worth trying to because I guess he realized that I could still go for game in some capacity, so he just surrendered. This is another one of those very funny duels I had. This is an early rank in the Link event. So let's go on to the next one. Now, this is a bit of a doozy. This is a rank match in Diamond, also against a Marincess. And this is a pretty tough one. But I thought this replay was worth keeping because it's kind of memorable. So I'm gonna open with Magician's Soul, but they have a Maxi which is kind of sucky. I decided I wanted to give him another card by triggering Big Red because I wanted to dump the Assault and the Rescue to the graveyard first and foremost. So it ashes my Magician's Soul, that is totally fine. So right now the opponent is just going to do its Marincess combo. By the way, I am thinking of for each month to do like a replay roundup. I'll just save up replays of memorable matches and just compile them in one video with commentary, because some of these requires commentary to better understand my thought process. But anyways, as you can see, I tried to Veiler the Sea Angel, but it was negated by cross out. So their combo continues, and they're going to make a misplay, as you will see later as they continue on their combo. Of course, they are link climbing, going into Aqua Argonaut. Okay, now this is where they made the strange call to attack my master plan, which is just gonna sit there because of Big Red's effect of not being able to disrupt my battle. So now I'm gonna search for a Mission Rescue, but the opponent revealed that he has thrown a Lockbird, so I'm just gonna end my turn like that because there's no point playing the Resort into the graveyard. So yeah. So the opponent's just gonna continue his combo, and as you can see, it's gonna go into Bahamut Shark, which then will bring up It's Totally Awesome. So I have put out a Totally Awesome and the Aqua Argonaut. I have an idea on how I could do it, and now he brings Shooting Code Doctor, which I've never seen this card before. I have no idea like what it does, but I'm just assuming that it's just a generic link tree or some sort of link tree that is like for a particular reason. So anyways, it bounces my Master Plan back up, and now it's just gonna swing, but it is not able to swing for game, unfortunately. So now it's the penultimate turn of my turn. I drew into another Magician's Soul, which it was very fortunate for me. So now I'm using the Mission Assault to special summon the Master Plan instead of using the Mission Rescue on the Master Plan because it's Totally Awesome. Now, Totally Awesome negates my Master Plan's effect, which it was something I'm trying to bait out. Now he's as a Master Plan, whatever, that's fine. Now I got my Mission Rescue, and I can bring out my Master Plan from the graveyard, the second Master Plan. So now I'm just going to do my combos, get Mission Rescue, discard. He has an Ash, that's fine. Just gonna use SPYRAL Resort, negate, so it'll be fine. Get the Barricade Blocker, Master Plan's effect triggers. I am gonna draw the Super Agent and the SPYRAL Resort. I tried to blindly call monster, it failed. It was a spell. still fine. Bring out Sleeper, normal summon Agent, and bring out the Master Pen from the graveyard. Bring out Double Helix. Double Helix this time I'm able to call correctly, but it tried to negate me with the Marincess wave. Fortunately, it's his target, so thanks to Spiral Resort, it can only negate Barricade Bloodwalker. Thank goodness for that. Since my Master Pen's graveyard effect triggered, so I'm gonna use Double Helix effect to search for Quick Fix and get the Last Resort. Then, of course, banish the second Mission Rescue and go into Celine, and from Celine goes into... I was fearing the Nibiru for some reason, so I just went into Palooza. I mean, I shouldn't be fearing a Nibiru, I think. I don't think there's gonna be any. But anyways. So I'm going to go into the Codebreaker engine, so Codebreaker, Virus Swordsman, and Zero Day, then going to Virus Berserker. Now, Virus Berserker has a neat little effect where once per turn during my main phase, I can destroy spells and traps up to the number of Link Codebreaker monsters. So I have 3, so he just pops 3. Very nifty. Now outing Aqua Argonaut by linking it up to become Underworld Goddess of the Closed World. And banishing 3, bringing Sleeper. I realized that his cards cannot be destroyed, so that was a misplay on my part, but at this point I was able to break the opponent's board, which is great. Not able to swing for game just yet, but it's fine. I still have Appaloosa here and also Underworld Goddess, so he tries to summon it. I negated that. But now it could still go on with their combo, so did this. Okay, Sleeper, pop 2. It triggers the graveyard the effect of a Coral Triangle, which I can negate with Underworld Goddess, Himing Clutch, and then I got game. That was a very close one. So the last match was a Marincess match and it was pretty close, but right now, let's go for, I think, this duel in the Link event. And this is a pretty, if I'm not mistaken, this is a pretty interesting, funny duel. So I went first, using drones to change the order, you know, the typical. And I see that this opponent is playing a Sky Striker stack, so I go into my Double Helix and I try to call for spells, but they have Ash. That is unfortunate, so I'm just gonna end my combo here and set my Mission Rescue. So I am just gonna try to retrieve my monsters back from the graveyard because I have my Master Plan isn't there yet. He tries to Raigeki me, which is an interesting play. So, or whatever, I'm just gonna get my Super Agent back. And on my draw phase, I got another Super Agent. And now I regret getting the Super Agent from the graveyard, but that's fine. We just do the same thing. Pour the right monsters, your Maxi, destroy one monster. Destroy one card, go back to Double Helix, and then call again. And he has a second Ash. For some reason, I didn't swing for 1900 there. I should have, in hindsight. So the opponent reveals that they have a Mecha Module, and he decides to go for Mecha Module to trigger the graveyard effect of the field spell, get Ray, and then, you know, using Ray to quick effect and stuff. He brings up Kagari, sets the retrieves the Widow Anchor. So now he swings me for 3800. It's fine. I get my Spiral Double Helix back. Of course, they get their Widow Anchor back as well. Now I got my Magician's Soul, and this is when now my Master Plan is in the graveyard. And if I'm not mistaken, yep, I'm going for the Max 3. So of course, using the effect to look at the top card, and thankfully there is a quick effect, so I was able to dodge the effect negation of the Widow Anchor and give Super Agent an attack boost. Double Helix an attack boost. Of course, I know what is at the top of the opponent's deck, and I'm able to bring up my Super Agent to destroy the Mecha module. Of course, again, calling the right card, getting tough. Tough destroys Kagari, raise effects triggers. So now I'm just gonna continue doing the max. I'm just gonna continue doing my combo. I get nicked, that's totally fine. Because Master Plan's Graveyard effect is triggered, I use Spy Resort and get the Last Resort. I end my turn here in case the opponent has something up his sleeves. So again, he tries to search for Ray, and then he goes into the Dark Charmer, which I find it interesting. He's gonna go for the Sky Striker maneuver to pop the token and my field spell, but that is fine by me because I have my boss monster awaiting in my hand. Not enough to seal the deal from his side, so I'm just going to bring Quick Fix, get the car, machine duplication on the Quick Fix. So use the second Quick Fix, get the drone, go into my double helix, because in this particular version of the deck I ran 2 double helix. He called by my Quick Fix, and that is fine because I've gotten everything I need with my Quick Fix already, and the whole point of the discard was just to send drones to the graveyard. So I can pop that thing, yep, get Underworld Goddess, then bring out Sleeper, pop the Master Plan. I'm not able to swing for game just yet, but he had evenly matched, which was, my goodness, he had 2 of them, so I just left my Sleeper on the field. But I know that this card is Ash, so all I need is something that could beat an Ash, and what do you know? I don't have it, but I can use Drone's effect to banish itself to bring my Super Agent back up. And I called correctly, and swing for game. Yeah, this was a pretty interesting match with Sky Strikers, and the Link event, as you can see, I think most of the in most duels against Sky Strikers, my MVP was Underworld Goddess because of his ability to absorb one of their monsters, especially because like Ray has a very annoying effect in the graveyard. So anyways, let's go to the next one. Okay, so this duel was in Diamond, was in rank. I find it interesting because I have no idea how a deck like that could make it up to rank. As you can see, they are playing... I thought they were playing Infernoids or Zombie, but they're playing like Necrofear. So I was like, seriously, Necrofear? And then I see Kaiser Colosseum and Imperial Iron Wall, which was a card that I used to run in this variant of the Spiral deck. So strange deck indeed. So with Kaiser Colosseum up, I can only play 1 monster. So right now I'm just having Magician Soul. So I have honestly no idea what is the game plan of this deck. Is it trying to swing me for game? I mean, like, just gonna beat me down with 1 monster. I am not too sure myself. So I just thought of like maybe trying to like guess the card correctly, but nope, couldn't guess correctly. So I'm using Big Red to bring back my Master Plan, and Master Plan is just gonna sit there. Even if his attack is higher than 2800, he still couldn't beat our Master Plan thanks to the effect of Break Red. So he's just gonna sit in defense position, and I can't beat over it. And with Kaiser Colosseum, I can't bring in additional monsters. So I have no idea what is he trying to do with this. What is his game plan to beat me? Because I have a way to infinitely recycle my hand. As long as I have 7 cards in my hand in the end phase, I can discard 1 card and then I can reshuffle it back with the effect of Spy Resort. So I basically have unlimited cards. While he is trying to use his Void Apocalypse effect and keep this and continuously like discarding something from the deck. So seriously, I have no idea what is he trying to accomplish. But At one point, I just thought maybe I can just attack him directly with Master Pen because I got last resort, right? So I just attack him directly so I could speed up the game. But I realized that was a horrible idea because this Necrofear's attack is 2800. So as you can see later, he will be switching to attack position and he will swing me for 1600. So of course that will mean that I will be in a disadvantageous position if we were just gonna keep trading. So I am just going to like just put myself in defense position once more because I didn't want to like get any more life point damages. So now we have a pretty stacked board and cards. Our deck is thinning out. He has 23 cards in his deck while I am still sitting at a healthy 29. So I still have no idea what is he trying to accomplish right now. But if I'm not mistaken, he may go for his combo like soon. Soon. Yes, now. Yeah, the soon is now. So he just goes for Nightmare Phoenix play. I just Infinite Impermanence it. Just because just to negate the effect of this banishment effect, but I think it doesn't matter. He tries to unicorn me, but he can only target the resort because I think he was trying to spin the Master Plan away, but I had protection. So again, I try to swing for 1200, and because if he were to attack me, he can only attack me for 1000. Again, he brings out the Curse Necrofear, and I still have no idea what is his game plan. I think he's trying to... I was expecting him to go for like an access code toggle play because of having all these, but he goes into Black Luster Soldier Chaos, which again, I am still confused. I am still very confused. So again, I put in defense position and he can't do anything about it. And then I just keep discarding, and we are almost at the end of... Okay, so now he decided to bring his Curse Necrofear up to the main field, the main monster zone, and that is his mistake. I called correctly, monster, pop the Imperial Iron Law, and now I'm gonna proceed to do my combo. Get my Quick Fix and Field Spell. So now I call monster. So now keep in mind, the Kaiser Colosseum is still in effect, so I have to balance, make sure that I have no more than 2 monsters in my field. So again, I spin that face down spell or trap back. Get Spiral Gear Jones up. Going to access code. With the effect of access code, I pop the Kaiser Colosseum. And with Kaiser Colosseum pop, I can go wild. Yep, bring back the Super Agent, Quick Fix to Quick Fix. Yep. I decide I just wanted to get the Underworld Goddess out. And then bring Sleeper. And that's pretty much game. I just called by one of the cards because I recall one of them involves special summoning or some sort. Yeah, so I just did that. But that's game. I don't know, this was a pretty weird game in Diamond, and I still have no idea what this deck is supposed to do. But there we go. So we have one more duel left for this month. This is a Diamond game in the Link event against an Epic Mister deck. This was also a strange one, I would say, because I thought he could continue on his combo, but he later on surrendered. Perhaps he realized he did not have the cards he needed to continue his combo any further. So first we start with Quick Fix, Machine Duplication Quick Fix. And then of course with 2 Spyrals, we're going to double Helix. I discard the drone so that I could revive the drone using the effect of Brick Red. and call out what card the opponent is using. And he has a monster. So at this point, I noticed that his hand is glowing. So I suspected a Nibiru. So with Barricade Blocker here, I went in. I will go into Appaloosa straight away. Normally I would go for Celine, but since his hand was glowing, I went into Appaloosa. Of course, this means my board is not as strong, but I didn't want to get my whole board wiped. Yeah. So I went into IP Masquerader and then I also went into Proxy Dragon. I saw some people using in a Link event, so I thought of trying it out. And this Proxy Dragon would come in clutch like a few times. So the opponent does have Nibiru, but he also reviews Droplet, which is tricky, which is sad for me because now I can't do anything with my Sleeper or my IP or my Appaloosa, and he's just gonna do his combo. So using Dark Infant, he gets his Mr. AI land. I was thinking of using, Mission Rescue to pop the AI land, and that was successful. I think in hindsight, this was a good idea. Even though he was able to bring his field spell back, but he had to banish one of his Admixter card, which prevented him from going into Arrival. I'm not too sure, but it's I think during the duel, it seemed like he was taking some time trying to figure out like what he could go for, what is his next link play, and I think with one less Cyber's monster in his grave, but he can't go into Arrival, so now he's just going to go into Decode Doctor Heat Soul and access code. But I realized that is totally fine because he is not able to destroy everything. He tries to pop a card, I activate Proxy Dragon to destroy the Super Agent instead. Yeah. So Proxy Dragon has its users in this aspect. Now my field spell is gone, and he opens up with Maxi to prevent me from doing any more combos. Also, if you notice, I noticed that he is still keeping the Decode Talker Heat Soul in his graveyard. He is refusing to banish it. So maybe he has something for it later on. I'm not too sure. I think it's probably more valuable for him to keep it there since it's potentially a boss monster this side. Anyways, tangent aside, I go into my drone, reshuffle the top 3, and also use the quick effect of drones to boost the attack of my Sleeper. I destroy Transcode Talker because Transcode Talker has the effect where where was it? Calling monsters cannot I cannot target the calling monsters with card effects, which is why I couldn't destroy the access code. But with Transcode Talker down, I immediately just pop the access code and also the Doyon. He Raigekis me, no avail. Now he's gonna activate his AI land, and so I was thinking, okay, so now he has his combo up. Of course, Dark Infant is just a link one going into the AI land, doesn't really give any benefit. So, link 2 Splash Mage. And he just scoops. I have no idea why. Perhaps he doesn't have any other extra boss monster in place, or he doesn't go into Arrival, or maybe Arrival couldn't out Sleeper, I'm not too sure. But anyways, so that's all the replays for October, so thanks for watching everyone.